Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the REI Network podcast. You might also be watching on YouTube, so do me a favor, give me a like and subscribe to the show. Today, I want to talk about what am I currently seeing in the real estate market. Now, people ask me this all the time. What do I think is happening? Is it now a good time to be getting into real estate? What type of deals should I be doing? Okay, and I still go with whatever you focus on is what works. But I will tell you a few things that I am seeing in the markets that I'm working and I have clients working in. And then you can do with this information what you wish. But I will say that now is the time. Now is always the time. You just need to know how to pivot and stay ahead of the wave as it's potentially happening. Now, we got through COVID, and we've seen a massive increase in the market in prices, inflation. Okay, interest rates have started to creep up. Properties were going 10, 20, 30, 50, 60,000 over asking for cash, 50 offers on the same day. All this craziness that we've been seeing, we're definitely seeing less of it. Okay, so you are going to start to see things sitting on the market longer now. When I say longer, it's probably back to what it was before. You might see 30 days on market. You will see prices being decreased for the first time, okay, in months and months, if not years. When would you last see a price decrease on the MLS? Very rarely happens, but you're going to see more and more of it in your current market. And that's just because I believe the interest rates are going up, okay, and the demand is not there for what it was, because one of them rates, and also just the uncertainty with what's happening, in the marketplace. So what we're seeing is we're pivoting. Still doing a lot of wholesale deals, okay. We just need to make sure it isn't rocket science, guys. That if the buyers start to drop their price, okay, then we need to, if the buyers start to drop their price, then what we need to do is get it lower. So we need to, as we're marketing, and this is where the sales comes in, the sales cycle, going through your 4 pillars, okay, finding out the situation, motivation, the timeline, the condition, the price, finding them things out, and then making sure that you can negotiate these deals lower. So where before you might have been offering 85, 80%, even in a Midwest market, because people are paying it, okay, your investors are paying it. Well, now you might be at 70% again, right? So you may have to change your Mayo formula, okay, your maximal allowable offer. You may have to come down. You may be going again from 80% to 70% or to 65%, depending on what your market is. And they're the main things that need to change. So have an understanding of what the buyers are paying, and then you will create your spread under that. And what I'm seeing is that things are returning back to somewhat normality in the markets that I'm in, where they're not now going over. Even the hedge funds are pulling out of the markets or even lowering their prices. And I wouldn't say lowering them, they're just going back to what they were before. Now, if you've been in real estate in the last 2 years, you've probably got a bit of a false sense of security. And people will argue, even since the last crash, you've had a false sense of security. And that could be me also, in that bucket from 2008, when the market obviously dropped and then started to then steadily come up. And now we're seeing it, at the peak, probably the highest that it's ever been. So you need to make sure that you're, again, negotiating them prices lower, and getting in to create them spreads. And don't think that you can't wholesale now. No, you just can't pay the prices that you've been paying over the last 2 years. We've got to get them lower. Now, in saying that, this is where you're going to now start to see the creative deals come more, a better way, especially lease options, for instance. Let's just pick lease options, right? So a lease option is going to be where you where you control a property without owning it. So we might be staying in the middle of the deal, where us as the investor are going to be we're going to have a contract to have a monthly rental and an option to purchase, okay, on that property. Now, if people want to hold out for them prices, that's where them strategies will really work, whether you're assigning the lease option, or you're doing an assignment of lease option, or you're staying in the middle. People want to hold out. That's why they're going to do that type of strategy. Now, it's been harder to do because over the last several years, with people paying over cash, why are you going to wait for your money if you can get it now? That's been the argument. And that's why they've been a lot more challenging to do. But now then prices starting to dip, you're going to see that lease option starting to creep back in. But we're just in a holding pattern right now where the sellers are still a little deluded in terms of what they can get for their property. They still think it's worth what it was several months ago over asking, because that's what the comps may be showing. And what they're finding is, well, why is my house not selling? And then you're starting to see it on market, and then we're starting to see the decrease in price. So that's what we're going to, that's what you're going to start to see, which will help then in the creative finance way. All right. Now, as for lease option, now we could also talk with sub 2 and creative finance the same way. As this market starts to drop, soften as I would probably use right now, okay? But if it continues to do so, you're going to see more creative deals because people want to hold for them prices. When they want to hold for them prices, or they potentially will go upside down in these homes, that's where you're going to see these creative deals really spark, and they're going to be easier to negotiate, easier to lock up, because people want to wait for that. So you're going to be able to do a terms deal where you can negotiate the money down. You can negotiate your monthly payment to cash flow on as long term as possible. You can do interest only or principal only payments. Okay, so taking these things over sub 2. But it doesn't matter what strategy it is, they all still currently work, and now is the time. If you get it on a good enough deal, on a creative long-term deal, you're gonna be fine regardless of the market. And then it's location based. Some places will still sell. I could list in my neighborhood and still sell for what it's worth very quickly, because people want to live here. It's an area in Savannah where people actually want to live. So I'm going to get that. Now, if I go out into Richmond Hill, which is 45, 50 minutes outside of Savannah, that's going to get hit first. Okay, less people potentially. Now, the school districts might be better there, right? So you need to take that into consideration. But you will see the surrounding areas suffer before the kind of desirable areas where people want to live. And this goes for Phoenix. We have a house in Phoenix in a desirable area. I don't think it's going to be affected that much, but the surrounding areas of Phoenix, if we see some kind of recession, their prices will start to drop first. Okay. And these are the things. If you're in real estate and you're controlling property without owning it, then you are pretty safe. If you're following the right people, you've got the right education to actually get to actually get deals done in a safe way. Wholesaling, we're controlling piece of paper. We're buying and selling paper. That's what we're doing. Okay, so the only thing we can lose is sales and marketing, time and marketing dollars, really, if you're doing it properly. And then obviously with the creative deals, just make sure the deal actually makes sense, right? And normally if you can get it cash flowing, you can make some money down on a long enough term, the market will correct and come back over a long period of time. You just need to be, watching for that. So hopefully this helps, guys. Hopefully that's just my take on the market. So again, I do feel it is softening. I do feel days on market are longer. I do feel that there's less properties going over asking, less cash offers. Actually, cash offers still happening, but they're slightly under what their asking price is, which is still a great offer to take. And we're kind of coming out of that bubble. So just remember, make sure that you're lowering your offers, okay, and you're still selling to the investors, okay. You're still selling. You're listening to your investors. You've still got your spreads, okay, and it is normal. So don't panic. Just learn to get your offers and negotiate lower prices, and you will be fine. All right, guys. Hopefully this helps. Again, drop a comment, give me a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.